Hey travelers! Guess what? Massive waves are rolling in from Teyvat because Nod-Krai, the icy jewel of Snezhnaya, is practically spilling secrets everywhere. Version 6.x is shaping up to be one of the most hype updates ever. And let me tell you, the lineup of characters is so stacked it feels like Hoyoverse dipped into the fanfiction vault and just made it real. We're talking Flins, Lauma, Aino, Durin, Nefer, Columbina, Alice, Varka, and even a free 4-star. I know my primo gems are shaking too. So grab a snack, because we're about to dive into the juiciest Nod-Krai leaks and what they could mean for the meta. Let's kick things off with Flins. Boy. This guy has already been crowned the poster boy of Nod-Krai by fans, and for good reason. He's a 5-star Electro Polearm wielder, rocking this whole Lightkeeper theme that screams hero mode. His kit revolves around something called Manifest Flame, where he basically powers up into a supercharged state. It's like if Razor and Raiden Shogun had a glow-up baby who discovered Red Bull. And the wildest part. He's tied directly to a new mechanic called Lunar-Charged. Instead of just plain old Electro-Charged, Flins literally summons storm clouds that follow enemies around and zap them non-stop. Picture a thundercloud with attachment issues. Adorable for you, miserable for the Hilichurls. Next up, the elegant Frost Queen herself, Lauma. She's a 5-star Dendro Catalyst and honestly feels like she's rewriting the Bloom meta overnight. She's called the Frostmoon Scion, which sounds like a K-pop stage name, but trust me, her kit is serious business. Lauma's claim to fame. She can convert normal blooms into upgraded lunar blooms. These shiny new reactions hit harder, scale better, and basically tell Hydro and Dendro users, forget your old builds, I'm the future now. Throw her on a team with Hydro supports and suddenly you're seeing damage numbers so big they look like they were written in all caps. If you've ever wanted to turn the abyss into a garden of exploding chaos, Lauma is your girl. And speaking of Hydro, let's talk about Aino, the free 4-star Hydro claymore unit. Is free. And yes, she's broken in the best way possible. Aino is basically the fairy godmother of Lunar Reactions. Just slot her into your team and suddenly, everybody can trigger lunar mechanics, even if they're not from Nod-Krai. She's handing out buffs like Oprah hands out cars. You get a reaction, everybody gets a reaction. She's versatile, supportive, and surprisingly tanky with that claymore. Honestly, Aino feels less like a freebie and more like Hoyoverse sneakily gave us a new must-build enabler for every lunar comp. If you skip building her, you're basically saying no to free damage, and who does that? Now let's look a little further down the patch notes pipeline. Durin is finally stepping out of lore and into our party. Yes, that Durin, the corrupted dragon who fought Venti's buddy Dvalin. Only this time, we get him in his human form as a 5-star Pyro Sword DPS. If that doesn't make you want to start saving, I don't know what will. Then there's Nefer, a mysterious Dendro Bow user rumored to lead the Curatorium of Secrets. Talk about mysterious boss energy. Columbina, one of the Fatui Harbingers, is also joining the fray as a Hydro Polearm user. She's been called the Moon Maiden, which sounds delicate until you realize she's probably going to unleash Hydro nukes tied to more lunar reactions. And if that's not enough, Alice, yes, Klee's mom Alice, is supposedly coming as a Pyro DPS catalyst powerhouse. Imagine the chaos if mother and daughter are both in your party. And finally, Mondstadt fans can rejoice, because Varka, the long-absent Grandmaster, is swinging in with a giant Anemo claymore. We've been waiting forever, and it looks like the wait will finally pay off. Alright, let's take a breath because this is a lot. The biggest thing tying all these Nod-Krai characters together is the introduction of Lunar Reactions. And no, it's not just a reskin of Bloom or Electro-Charged. Lunar Reactions are like their glow-up cousins. Lunar-Bloom happens when Hydro and Dendro mix, but instead of plain exploding seeds, you get these upgraded cores that deal more damage and generate something called Verdant Dew, which amps things up even further. Lunar-Charged happens with Hydro and Electro, creating those clingy little thunderclouds I mentioned earlier. The result? Continuous electro damage raining down on your enemies while you sip tea. Lauma can turn basic blooms into lunar blooms. Flins upgrades Electro-Charged into Lunar-Charged. And Aino makes it so literally any team can join the Lunar Party. It's a whole ecosystem that could seriously flip the meta upside down. So what does this mean for the meta? Hydro and Dendro are about to be the power couple of Teyvat. Add Electro to the mix and you've got an unstoppable love triangle of destruction. We're already seeing teams with Flins, Lauma and Aino shredding Abyss timers like it's child's play. Even older characters like Nahida and Xingqiu are being revitalized because of these lunar mechanics. The rumor mill even says that future constellations for characters like Nahida might boost Lunar-Bloom crits. Can you imagine? Bloom teams were already spicy. Now they're becoming gourmet 5-star cuisine. As for release timing, version 6.0 is already out there, and wow, it dropped with a bang. Lauma and Aino took the spotlight right out of the gate, and players are still scrambling to build their perfect lunar teams. But the real thunder is coming soon, because Flins is officially set to debut on October 1st. Mark your calendars, stockpile those primos, and maybe start praying to Arangasus, because this banner is going to be a bloodbath. After that, we're still looking at Durin for 6.1, Nefer for 6.2, Columbina in 6.3, and Varka much later in 6.5. Basically, the next few months are going to be non-stop chaos for our fragile wallets. Now, of course, remember this. Everything I've just told you is based on early previews and data-mined whispers. Take it like a puff of dandelions in the wind. Light, fun, and not set in stone. Hoyoverse can and will change details before release. But that doesn't mean we can't dream a little, right? Because honestly, Nod-Krai already feels like it's about to rewrite the playbook on how we build teams and think about reactions. So, what do you think, travelers? Are you hyped for Flins and his clingy thunderclouds? Are you already building your perfect Lauma Lunar-Bloom team? Or are you saving your gems for Columbina or the long-awaited Varka? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. I want to hear your dream squads, your farming struggles, and whether you're as broke as me from artifact grinding. And hey, if you enjoyed hanging out and geeking out about Nod-Krai with me, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the little bell so you never miss another deep dive. It helps way more than you know, and it keeps this channel thriving. Alright, that's it for today, travelers. Stay warm in the icy winds of Nod-Krai. Keep those lunar reactions popping, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, bye for now.